Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming. Today we have another LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens video for you. This one, Level 8, Starkiller Sabotage Story. And we are going to get a level trophy achievement for simply completing it, and it's called Is There a Garbage Chute? I thought that was pretty funny myself. And we do get that true Jedi requirement of 50k. We also get a couple of character and vehicle tokens, and oh, look at that. We also get a red brick. Now, I know we always save mini kits, collectibles, and all that stuff for the free play. But in this particular case, we go right by the 4X brick, just like we did the 2X, and it only makes sense for us to grab it during the story, so we don't have to make an extra video and waste extra time going to get these things that we've already ran and walked right by. So we are officially in the Millennium Falcon hub area, and we are following this blue guide stud trail right now. And we are trying to power up some sort of, I don't know, reactor of some sort. I don't remember exactly what it's called. The hyperdrive, I think. Yeah, it's hyperdrive. And, all right, so it starts off by us following the guide stud trail. We find all of a sudden a grapple hook. Now, it's important to know what you're doing here before you do it. It starts off with power on the left-hand side, and we've got some bricks for a multi-build. So build the left side, and as soon as the power moves from the left into the kind of the middle, immediately smash it and build the multi-build into the middle. And basically what we're doing is funneling power from the left side to the right, and if you waste time, the power will dissipate and you will have to start over again. So start with the left build. As soon as that power moves, move to the middle build, and then as soon as it moves again, move to the right. It'll complete, and now you can follow the Gud Stud Trail. Easy for me to say, right? The Stud Guide Trail, or Guide Stud Trail, depending on which way you like to say it. And take it all the way back and get to that hologram. Of course, you'll want to activate whatever button is indicated there to go through, but we're going to go ahead and grab this bluesy first. Look at that. We got a whole bunch of golds, too. And, you know, we like gold. Now, he said go somewhere sunny. So I'm like looking at some of these other planets that look a lot nicer. And this looks like a giant Pokeball. Like, that doesn't look sunny to me. It looks like an incomplete, unpainted Pokeball. All right, regardless, we're going to go ahead and select it, hit play, and we're going to let this credits roll. It's weird that there's always, like, credits rolling at the beginning and the end of a Star Wars movie. I'll take it, though. It's got that cool perspective lean as it kind of fades off into the top of your screen. So, all right. Anyway, yeah, read this, get caught up. See you on the other side of the cutscene.
How are we getting in?
Their shields have a fractional refresh rate. Keeps anything traveling slower than light speed from getting through.
We're making our landing approach at light speed.
All right, Chewie, get ready.
I am pulling up! Oh, really? You're cold? The flooding tunnel's over that ridge. We'll get in that way.
All right, so as we gain control of our heroes, we find ourselves trying to get inside the old Starkiller base. Right as soon as we gain control, we're going to use our grapple hook to rip down this grapple point, and we're also going to use the lightsaber to go ahead and do some wall climbing there and cut out a perfect circle. That's right. And once we get both of those taken care of, well, we should have what we need for the build, except for we don't. Turns out there are 5 probe droids floating around in this level, and the first 2 you see are actually needed in order to complete this build that we're working on. So we're going to go ahead and smash everything we can. And, oh, it's part of what we're building here. And, oh, look at this. It's like some sort of a bouncing... What's going on here? What are we using this for? It's like a futuristic pogo stick. Boing, 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 boing. I seriously, I'm not sure why that's there, but it's fun. But we go ahead and destroy the second probe droid, and it goes crash and boom. And look at that, we've got some bricks to build now. And fortunately for us, it turns into this kind of like laser cannon thing. It's like a flaming, I don't even know it. It's like a flaming super soaker or something. I don't know. It ends up melting everything in our path and gives us access to get through, except for it doesn't. It gives us access to a silver wall, which we need Chewie to throw one of his thermal detonators at, and now we've got access to get around. Nothing like a big bada boom to clear out the room, huh? There we go. And now look at how deep the snow is. That's pretty cool. We haven't seen any snow like that, I don't think, since Lego The Hobbit or maybe Lord of the Rings. I don't know. One of them, it seems like there was some snow levels in that. We had to trudge around in some thigh-deep snow. I don't know. All right, more probe droids. Now, as I mentioned, there are 5 scattered throughout this level, and if you get all 5, you do earn yourself a mini kit. I found that they are kind of hard to avoid, but we make it through here without getting the mini kit, so you can avoid at least one of them preventing you from getting the mini kit, and it looks like this is the one we avoid. So we have used the grapple to rip down the pieces and built up a ladder. Now we need Chewie to get up here and use his strength. And once he gets up there, we'll go ahead and rip on this wall by accurately timing the arrow there. I'm terrible at these particular strength wall pulls. Remember I failed at like every one. That's the first one I've successfully done without failing. So pat on the back to me. And look at this. Oh no, we're going to fall if we don't spam that button. So make sure you spam that button, get ready for that, and make your way all the way across. Doesn't matter which character you use to get across the chasm. But we are officially across, and now we have slammed some boxes as soon as we get across. And look at that. We've got a multi-build on the far left side. But we're not worried about that yet. We're going to actually go to the right-hand side and take out all the stormtroopers. And look at this. We got a couple of probe droids floating above us, too. So, or at least one, anyways. I thought there was 2 right here. Guess the other one's in a later destination. All right, so we've got a turret shooting at us. We want to knock that down right away because it's causing some major harm to us. And we'll go ahead and rebuild those bricks that we smashed it down with into a magnet. And look at that. Fwap! Go ahead and open sesame! And now we've got a couple of targets up there, but we also are a target because these stormtroopers are shooting at us. So we'll go ahead and take those guys out. And before taking out those targets, we're going to build this multi-build on the left-hand side. You can see we built it up just to the left under this handheld into a snowman. So make your way around the ledge, bounce off the snowman's head, and that's right, shimmy all the way down till we get to the red brick. So again, I know we don't really get these often, but it made more sense to us to get the red bricks now so we wouldn't have to go out of our way to play this level again just to get that red brick, you know what I mean? So we've got it. When I believe that one cost us, that's the 4X stud multiplier, and I believe that one cost us 2 million. I could be wrong. It might be 4 because I haven't bought it yet, but I believe it's 2 million. So we're going to go ahead and target those targets now. Both of them are accurately removed. And look at that. We're spinning to win, and we have opened the doors, which is going to give us access inside to agility wall, which only a lightsaber can get up. So we'll use Finn, because obviously Chewie and Han don't wield a lightsaber. And once we get up top, we can build some bricks up into this crazy, like, I guess it's a grapple hook, but it ends up being a zip line. So we'll go ahead and zip on down the line. Look at that. Ah! He didn't look scared at all, did he? Hopefully he wore his brown pants. And we'll go ahead and destroy some boxes, which, look at this. You want to get in the spirit here. We'll go ahead and destroy these and build up the old Christmas tree. And look at that. Aw. And, oh, look at this. These guys did not see that coming. And we'll sneak up behind them and remove those stormtroopers. And now we can go ahead and, oh no, there goes our Christmas tree. Oh well. We can walk over to the generator for this shield barrier. And we'll go ahead and destroy it with our lightsaber. And now we can get through with our other characters. Thank you very much. All right, make your way up the hill and destroy the tree if you want. It'll give you some more studs. But, oh, look at that, the final probe droid. So we skipped one, but that would have been the 5th one had you have gotten them all. And if you're like me, you probably got to get them all. But we'll destroy the silver bricks in the right corner with Chewie's thermal imploder or detonators, thermal detonators. And then we'll go ahead and build the bricks up into what appears to be something up above. But we're not ready for that. We need the left-hand build. And look at this. I promise you, I'm pressing left on my joystick. And every time it starts to build the left, it immediately switches and finishes the upper one. So I ended up having to press kind of left and pull back or down away from the screen, but eventually I got it. You go ahead and charge that up. This is another one of those ones where you got to kind of move fast. So once it's built on the left, activate it by using the terminal, and then go ahead and smash it and build it up into the center, and that's all you have to do on this one. You don't have to move it to the third one. It is weird that they have 2 of these types of puzzles, and they're more or less back-to-back on the same level, but totally unrelated. You know, one was for the Millennium Falcon hyperdrive, and the other one's for a security system on the back door of the Starkiller. Huh. It is interesting. Anyways, all right, we switch on over to Finn, and we'll go ahead and get our beep-a-bobble-beep-a-one, and look at that. We have to match up and get the Stormtrooper. Sweet deal. Hack complete, and the doors open, and we actually get to follow inside, or head inside, to the shield room, I believe it's called. And look at that. That's service with a smile right there. Nice little elevator. You know, one thing it was missing, though, is I don't hear any elevator music. But truth be told, I actually turn the music options off before I start the game so that there's no extra copyright chances. So I know in cutscenes and things like that, there's definitely music, but if we can avoid copyright infringement, we're going to do that. So there may have been some elevator music there, which would have been cool, but I did not get to hear it. So let me know in the comments down below if there is some. That'd be cool. I'll have to come back and play it without the recorder on and see. Oh, and look at this. We are very, very sneaky. I think you've underestimated our sneakiness here. And we're going to keep on keeping on down this snow pathway and destroy all that is in our path. And look at this. We get a multi-build here. And we're going to go ahead and destroy these things and build them up into a slingshot. So, hey, I was wrong. It wasn't the shield room we got into. I'm just now realizing that, too. It's the wall. We're up on the top of the wall. Look at all those TIE fighters in the back. Who pays for all this stuff? You know, I got to thinking about this the other day. Like, there's been talk about, like, you know, Kevin Smith and others have talked about, like, the contractors and people who are on the Death Star. And, like, there's been all this humorous talk about where the people are, who they are, if they're innocent, if they're good or bad people that are working there. You know, they're just people that are working. They're just paid laborers, right? I mean, they don't know if they're good or bad. They're just, hey, you got a job, you wanted to do it. My question is, who's paying for all of this? Like, where does the money come from? Like, you could tell me Vader pays, you could tell me, you know, the dark side, whoever, but, like, who pays for all of these different, like, Death Stars and TIE fighters and all these things? And I guess the same could be asked about who pays for all of the Resistance stuff, but anyhow, if you guys know that, I mean, maybe there's some knowledge out there that explains all of that. I'm curious. I mean, I'm just kind of being, you know, nonsensical, but at the same time, it's kind of funny if you think about it. All right, so we've used Finn to get through the gas, and it turns out there wasn't a whole lot to do up above, so we slide down this little path that actually looks like death from above, but it turns out there's a little ledge down here with a couple of Stormtroopers, and we also find some buildable bricks, which, that just turns out to be a Resistance flag, which is cool, but we're not looking for mini kits right now. We're looking for, ooh, look at that. We need a handle or a crank, and it happens to be right there on the ground. So it turns out you get that for smashing and destroying the Stormtroopers and boxes in the area. And we'll go ahead and attach that and spin to win to get it all the way up. And look at that. It removes the old stank cloud. And, you know, I was thinking that Chewbacca was responsible for those stank clouds, but it turns out they're machine-made, so my bad, Chewie. Ooh. All right, so we have our characters over on this side. Now, we remember there was some strength handles over here, so we'll go ahead and walk down here very sneakily, and we'll go ahead and get Chewie up there. Look at that. Of course, me spamming that button, I missed the timing again and fell flat on my back. But once you get a successful strength pull, you see this little speeder come out, and he totally comes and distracts the turret, which gives us access to get by it. So pretty cool stuff. Look at that. It's like, which way did he go? Which way did he go? And as they keep spinning around and spinning around and spinning around. So Now we can get up top. We're going to switch to Han, and look at that. There's a grapple hook that gets us swung across, and now there is a scan point. So pull out those old quadnoculars and scan that weak point up top where those valves are, and then we're going to target the target. So here we go. It's kind of a funny angle, so you're going to have to walk out from under it and then target it, and watch this. It spins around, and oh, it freezes. And look at that. This is pretty cool. It freezes a bridge for us. So we'll go ahead and make our way across that, collecting the studs as we do. And look at this. Now we've got our double grapple hook up here. So we'll need Finn and Mr. Han Solo. And look at this. Apparently I want Chewie too, because I think there's some silver bricks up here we need to take out. Let's see here. Yep, they're behind. So we need to do the double grapple first, and then we need Chewie's thermal detonator. So we'll go ahead and hook up Han to the left and Finn on the right. It doesn't matter which one you do. You just need them both hooked up. Oh, poor Mynock. What was he doing up there anyways? He's just hanging out. But, oh, look at this. Hey, what's going on here? I want a s'mores. I don't see any hot dogs. I don't see nothing cooking. I see a hot pan. I see a fire extinguisher. And, yeah, that's not good. Speaking of fire extinguisher, did you know Chewbacca is an excellent fire extinguisher? Yeah, watch this. Ready? That's right. I'm not sure how that works. You'd think that he'd go up in flames being covered in fur, but no, not the case. And all right, so we found another resistance flag over there, but that's not what we're after. We're actually after something in order to manipulate these handles. So you can see there's these two handles up there. Both have blue studs on them. And, oh, look at this. There is a first order terminal over in the left-hand corner. So guess what? Get your hack on. Get those stormtroopers up again. And, yep, we got all three matched up. And beep-a-boop-a-beep-a-boop. Hack complete. We'll go ahead and open up this door here. Oh, it's another probe droid, except for this one's not quite complete. And it crashes and burns. And now we've got some buildable bricks. Now, these multi-build bricks actually build up into a trampoline on either side, so it doesn't matter if you choose the left or right side first. Just go ahead and build it, bounce one of your characters up to it, and hang out for a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and smash and rebuild to the other side and jump up and hang out too. So, all right, apparently it's hangout time. And once both are pulled down, the hatch opens, showing a ladder and some studs. And as soon as we drop down in there, it'll actually take us into a nice little cutscene. So, woo to the hoo!
Report.
Weapon charged in 15 minutes, sir.
What was your job when you were based here?
Sanitation.
Sanitation. And how do you know how to disable the shields?
I don't. I'm just here to get Ray.
People are counting on us. The galaxy is counting on us.
Solo, we'll figure it out.
We'll use the Force. That's not how the Force works.
Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
The shields. I have an idea about.
So, we are officially in the shield room, like 20 minutes later. But now that we're here, we have some more puzzles to complete. As it turns out, there are some stormtroopers lurking around, and we're going to try to avoid some of those guys while taking out the others. And look, see, there's a couple up above having a nice little conversation. And look at this, as we make our way all the way down, if we just wait here for a second, I believe they, nope, these guys we have to take out. It's the guys up above that we can avoid. So we're going to smash and grab all the studs available, and we probably should have waited until we got a multiplier going here. Now we have to take these two guys out, but ×2 doesn't help us too much. But okay, so you can see there is a first order terminal on the far right side. There it is right there. It's giving us a little cinematic view, and we need a stormtrooper helmet. That it's a scan terminal, so it's a little different than the ones we're used to. And so we got to get up and get the helmet. So we're going to smash the glowy box in the middle, which gives us some multi-build bricks. We can go ahead and build those over to the right-hand side. Once we do that, we want to jump Finn up onto that lever. And we're a little behind now, but we jumped up above by raising it up and standing on that ledge. Now, we have to move him over to the far left side. Now, to do that, we have to destroy the multi-build, build the strength handles in the middle, and pull them with Chewie. we got a lot of characters switching back and forth here, and this is kind of a tedious puzzle, but as you can see, we just simply switch back to Chewie and then move it all the way over, and we'll be able to access that last little handheld and climb up on this ledge. Now, there are a couple of stormtroopers that sneak out, and we'll take them out, and look at this. Oh, no, it's a pool party. Sorry to break up your pool party, but, yeah, it's time to get some work done here, people. And clearly, you're not on board with getting the work done. So, look, there is a blue stud over here in that little area, but for some reason, I can't. Oh, I can get it, but it turns out, look at that. It's a door. So that's a little weird. I'm not sure that was supposed to be there, but clearly there was some programming that made that happen. So I guess it is supposed to be there. Now, all right, there's a multi-build here, and this was a little bit interesting, too. We can smash all the lockers and everything around, and it turns out we can build a nice little diving board. And at some point, when we have all the stud brick multipliers turned on, this might be a good way to just farm studs, because you could just stand here and have your multiplier on and walk away. Now, granted, it's only silvers, but, I mean, if you have a 3,840 multiplier, those will go up pretty quick, especially if you don't have to be. You can go make a sandwich, take a nap, go to sleep. You could go to bed and wake up in the morning and see how many studs you have. I don't know if you need that many, but hey, you never know. All right, the other side of the multi-build happens to be this weird hat station. I remember hats. We've seen hat stations before, haven't we? Anyways, we're going to go ahead and switch to the hat with the Stormtrooper helmet and make our way all the way back down. And, of course, we're going to walk up to that scanner and get our scan on. Luckily for us, we meet the requirements, and it's going to go ahead and drop this red force field, preventing us from getting into that next room, which we so need to get into. So look at that. We are officially in. Yay! Another shield down, and we're getting close. We're almost to the end of this level, boys and girls. Now that was, I don't know what that is. I guess that's just some extra studs. It looks like something the pipe guy would play. You guys know who the pipe guy is? Guy takes PVC pipe and makes all the different songs and everything out of the PVC pipe. Anyways, all right. The last part of this level is like a crazy blaster battle. We see, what is it, Captain Phasma? Phasma. Yeah, that's right, Captain Phasma. As I'm like searching in my brain for the information, it pops up on screen, so lucky me. Yeah, all right. There is a mini kit available during these blaster battles as well. There are those little robots rolling around on the ground. We're going to try to avoid taking out 4 of them to get that mini kit. And we're going to really just focus on this left-hand side. There's a target to start. Once we take out that target, there's a grapple hook that we're going to need to attach ourselves to. Now, as you can see, our little indicator on the top of the screen there is just simply telling us to take out the heavy. It's not telling us we need to get any stormtroopers at all. So don't worry about them. Simply take out that heavy by using the grapple hook. And, well, the target and the grapple hook. And then, check this out. Now we have to take out 10 stormtroopers, and we also need Chewie to throw his thermal detonator up there and blow up them silver bricks. So check it out. We blow up them silver bricks, and it takes out all 10 of those stormtroopers. And so that's quick and easy, right? No sense in standing there shooting them all. We advance up a little bit further in the hallway, and we find ourselves with a scan point. So we're going to need to switch to Han Solo and pull out the old quadnoculars again. And this time we need to scan up the top middle of the bridge there. And once we get that successful scan, we're going to find a double grapple point. So go ahead and lock in with Han by pressing L2 or whichever, I guess, depending on the system you're playing on, that might differ. But we're going to need to expose ourselves from cover and then press the circle button or B button to go ahead and activate that grapple handle. Now, you might have to pull up the character wheel and switch characters. As you can see, we had Chewie out and we needed Finn. So we switched to Finn and we got our grapple on, and now, check it out. We have actually got the gold medal for completing that blaster battle, and we can make our way up and take out the remaining stormtroopers at the end of the hallway here. So, and as you can see too, when it crashed down a little bit ago, we did take out one of those rolling robots, and there's another one. So it looks like even after the battle is complete, you can get those 4 robots. Just make sure you don't do the strength handle pull here, which I failed miserably at. As you can see, I was spamming that circle button and I fell right on my tuchus. So we get a quick glimpse of what Captain Phasma's doing here, and you know that old saying, working hard or hardly working? I think she's hardly working. But, all right, so blaster battle begins, and we've got a series of things we need to do here. And look at that, I died as soon as I started, which looks like it spun my gold medal around, but it didn't take it away. Usually you have to die only once in order to lose that. But, all right, so take out a handful of these bad guys. Basically what's happening here is the rule of 3. There are 3 sequences here where she sends some bad guys out after us. We have to take those bad guys out. She'll then throw a grenade at us, a thermal imploder, and once that happens, we have to move, and then she's going to take cover. And as you can see, she's taking cover right now, and after a second or two of taking cover, a little room opens up below her, a little panel. Go ahead and turf a grenade up there with Chewie, and watch her get kaplooied. All right, so that was 1. We need to repeat that process 2 more times. So this time, a couple of more probe droids come in, a few more stormtroopers. She heads off to the far right side, and again, after a few more stormtroopers are removed, the little panel opens up, and look at me, I'm just spamming grenades. I'm not even worried about the stormtroopers. And eventually, Big Bada Boom knocks her off the room, and she comes down for the big final battle here. She pulls out this turret and starts shooting at us. Now, this one's a little bit trickier. You have to take out the target when it's presented, and I've been told you can do both targets in one swoop. But if you don't, you have to put up with a battle between some stormtroopers and some missiles she shoots at you. So it's important to target those missiles, as they will take you out. And don't worry too much about the turret fire, because it doesn't seem to hurt. But you can see, look, if my aim would have been a little bit better, oh, I probably could have got that other target, but I missed it. So now I have to go through another round of stormtroopers and rockets being fired at me. But luckily for me, I've got good aim. So actually, I'm using the auto aim feature, I won't lie. So just on and off again from the cover button, where you poke in and out from cover, and that should lock you onto the target. So we have died officially and have been demoted to the silver medal there, and we've gotten a couple more rockets, couple more stormtroopers. Come on, present yourself. Present yourself, and look at that. Booyakashaw! Now, once you hit that second target, you lock up in a melee battle with Chewie, and we'll go ahead and spam that button and take us into the final cutscene.
I'm in charge. I'm in charge now, Phasma. Do it.
You can't be so stupid as to think this will be easy.
I disagree. You want me to blast that bucket off your head? Lower the shields. What do we do with her?
Is there a garbage chute? Trash compactor?
Yeah, there is.
Unhand me. How dare you?
Booyakashaw! Is there a garbage chute? Well, I think we know the answer to that. Starkiller Sabotage level complete, free play unlocked, and we got a gold brick for that. We also get a gold brick for completing that true Jedi requirement, so stacking those goldies up. We also got a red brick for the 4X stud multiplier, so we'll have to stack up our studs and hopefully unlock that for our use soon. We also got a couple of character and vehicle tokens ready for use, and unlocked a few that we can purchase as well. So I would say a good pat on the back, and look at that, we're through level 8 now, guys. There are only, what, 10 main levels, epilogue and prologue, so 12 main levels, I guess, if you're counting those. And then, of course, the new Star Wars Adventures. We're making good ground on this. It ain't even over the first week yet if you're watching these as they release. But, hey, you know what this screen means? That's going to wrap another LEGO Star Wars video up. This one is for Level 8 Starkiller Sabotage Story. And we did get that red brick, and we also got that True Jedi requirement, which made this video a little extra interesting. But, hey, if you guys have any questions or comments or maybe a request, head on over to our social pages at Facebook, Twitter, or simply comment, vote, subscribe down below. We also have other social pages, too, that are all linked in the video description. And of course, we also have a trophy achievement guide. Guess what? Guess where that link is? Yep, you guessed it, in the video description as well, but can also be found at HappyThumbsGaming.com. And a little fun fact for you. I always like to throw this in every once in a while at the end of some of these videos. If you are looking for Happy Thumbs content, like let's say you love our LEGO videos and you want to watch more, or maybe you like LEGO and you want to try another game out, so you want to find Happy Thumbs, put HTG at the end. So if you want Uncharted, search Uncharted 4 HTG. Bam! Just helped you out. All right, that's going to do it for me. As always, until next time. Bam! Peanut butter and jam! See ya!